Hey, I gotta make this video. Yep, I gotta make this video. I think one of the most interesting things about art is it speaks to all of us, but it speaks to the individual. And you could see a piece of art and it could speak to you and tell you a story or remind you of something in the current moment. And then years later, you could see that same piece of art and it reminds you and teaches you something different. And I think that's what makes art so cool. So when I was Interstellar has kind of been this movie that's kind of reemerged, and people have different theories on it, and I've been checking it out because, Christopher Nolan, it's just a super interesting concept. And I've been writing a lot of music recently and working on this book concept, hero journey type stuff. And the idea kept sparking in my brain is, as a man, do you save the world or do you spend time with your children? And what is the right answer? And why? So in the movie Interstellar, you have Matthew McConaughey's character is living on Earth around 2066, and there's some bacteria that comes in that kills all the food but corn. And Matthew McConaughey's character is like an engineer, and he believes in science, and he believes in finding answers through science, discovery, and exploration. That's why he leaves his planet to go out and try to find a new planet versus, staying at home with his children and finding the answers within himself, within his kids. And to me, it's such a clear-cut thing, but I want to keep talking about the movie, then I'll give you like my opinion on what you should do and why. But in the movie, essentially, what's even crazier is his kid has like natural farming ability, is what the school board, they had a meeting with the school board to get his kid in college, and they pretty much said his kid doesn't have good enough scores, but he scores incredible in skill sets of farming, which is theoretically the solution to the planet is farming, learning how to farm in the new conditions, right? But anyways, Matthew McConaughey, he believes in space travel, innovation, and technology, and so he decides to leave home and I think one of the most intense movie scenes I've ever seen is where he goes out, tries to find a new planet, and he's back in the spaceship, and he gets the transmitted messages from his kids, and you see his kid kind of young, and then you see his boy with his first child, and then you see his daughter like old, and she's pretty much saying like, why'd you leave? Because now I'm your age when you left and you're not back yet. And then you see the son with the older child, and Matthew McConaughey just sitting there like almost like pretty much crying to the fact that like he missed these memories because he tried to save the world. And you can kind of understand like or where I'm already leaning in terms of should you save the world or should you save or spend time with your children. But I'm going to keep going here. And then as the movie progresses, Matthew McConaughey comes back to Earth, and then he visits like his daughter on her deathbed, and he walks in. One of the cool theories as a side note, one of the cool theories about the movie is that Matthew McConaughey actually died. So his journey out, like early in the movie, because they show like the same spaceship shot twice. So early in the movie, like when he was like trying to leave Earth, like he essentially died in a space crash, space incident, and then from there, he was pretty much living in the afterlife. So when he came back into the hospital room to see his daughter, that's why no one like recognizes him or sees him, because once again he's pretty much like an angel at that point. Just a quick side note. But I think, as all of us men, we have this idea and this ego trip of I should go out and build something. I should go, save the country. I should go save the world. I need to go over here. And it's all marketing and ego trip that you need to go out and do these things. And I know there's some want to and passion to achieve things professionally, but I still think at some point there has to be a balance. Because in my opinion, for this life, and this is talk coming from a guy, I don't have children, but not yet at least. But I know that the answer is stay on the farm. That's how you win the war, is you stay on the farm. You stay with your children and you grow strong children. That's how you always beat evil. You beat, because evil's always going to have some scheme, some propaganda agenda to try to lure your emotions in. But the answer is coming to earth, grow as a person, find the love of your life, be thankful as hell when you find the love of your life, go out, explore the world together, start a family, be incredible parents. If you're lucky enough to be grandparents, really enjoy and partake in being grandparents. That's happiness. That's the path. And that's how you beat evil, is raising really solid human beings. You don't need to go out and save the world. Save the world, you just get destroyed. And the emotion, you could see him like when he's staring at that TV screen, he's just like crying and breaking because he knows he's missing the purpose of life. Stay at home. And I think as we're transitioning to the real world, I think, yeah, go out and try to achieve things professionally, but at the same time, make sure you make your kid's soccer game. Make sure you're there because those memories, those are your life purposes. In my opinion, your kids aren't just these random human beings that have no purpose. Like you don't have, I'm here without purpose, and my kids are just human beings that, evolution, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't think so. I think there's spiritual connection prior to coming to earth. And if you get to have children and you're lucky to have children, you're blessed to have children, then you're bringing some old friends back into life. And that bond and that experience is, you aren't the creator of this life. Well, we all might be, but like theoretically, like your individual self isn't the creator of this realm, this life, but you get to participate in creation within the creator. And I think that concept and maybe that idea, if true, which I lean towards it is, man, what an experience. Save the world sounds really good, but you ain't gonna do anything out there. But you can always, positively change the world within your house, on the farm, just like the movie. All right, guys, please like, subscribe. If you want to support me, I sell all these posters. These are my motivational posters. I sell my hats. This is my Beers by the Ivy. I run a sports podcast called Beers by the Ivy. If you want to check that out, I also sell merch there. But yeah, we're just getting going here, having a good time, trying to come up with some cool ideas and concepts. My music's coming out. I have a free webinar. It's called Self-Forgiveness Webinar, which is your most powerful growth tool is self-forgiveness. Self-forgiveness is a very hard thing to master. For whatever reason, I think it's a lot easier to forgive something else or someone else than it is yourself. But when you're overcoming, traumas and difficult situations, self-forgiveness is your tool to success and get to a path that's more abundance related. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Talk soon.